thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to interact with the really experienced senior people and some of the Buddha Seva masters. It's really, I consider this a great honor. What is really is important is continuity is very important. I have done several meditations before, but in fits and starts. You start something, though we say that we are all exposed to spirituality, but we lack that clarity. This is what this meditation, Anapanasati meditation, really gives you the clarity of this thing. And always we look for the solutions or answers in the outside world. But this meditation teaches you to go deep inside. Deep inside, we have a treasure house. There is a treasure house, but we are not in touch with it. That is the only thing that we are lacking. And Anapanasati meditation is teaching you how to go deep inside. And really, that is a great help. You get answers to many things. Maybe some people get it very fast, some people get it as little slow. You know, I used to think initially, oh, maybe I am not fit for this. I am not yet ready for meditation. I'm not yet a good person to this thing. But then, one of the masters, I think Anusha, said there are certain type of bamboos which takes 5 years even to come out of the ground to grow. Maybe I'm one of that, but I'm working at the ground level and the foundation level. So this sort of information that you get from different masters, and every day how Chandra explains all those things is really a great help to improve our knowledge. And I also feel that knowledge is very important, but practice is more important. Knowledge, we all have heard so many things. Love thy neighbor, we all have heard about it, but how to do it? You know, when Chandraji says you follow your breath, and then after some time you become empty, then you lose your body consciousness. At that stage, there is no me and you, there's no difference. And we all tend to feel that over a period of time. That is when automatically, if there is no difference between me and others, I cannot but love everybody as I love myself. So I wish this meditation, this information spreads all over the world, because these are all the pearls of wisdom which we all have to imbibe, which we all have to go through that experience. So mere words alone cannot really help us to understand, go deep into the meaning and then understand the whole meaning. Actually, I'm very happy that Chandraji is taking this meditation to different groups of people like youth, school students, college students, women's group, and now to the senior citizens. Actually, senior citizens, when we start learning something new, there are advantages and disadvantages. We have gone through so much of experience in our life, have seen so much, have dealt with so many things, we have dealt with so many issues and challenges and all that. So our cup is full. If we want to learn something, like we are all familiar with the Zen story, that a scholar came to a Zen master and he wanted the master to teach him enlightenment. The master, instead of saying a word, he started pouring tea on a cup full of tea. And it was overflowing. This gentleman who came to get the enlightenment, he was really irritated. He thought, what is all this? Then the master says, see, when your cup is full, whatever I say is only overflowing. You have to empty the cup in order to get the information, to absorb the information. All these are words, and I have read books and all that. But after attending this meditation class, I feel it. And this is what I really find it very, very useful, because this is not mere words, mere what you have read, what you have heard, but it is your practical experience. You are able to apply in your everyday life. The same way, some of my friends ask, Padma, don't you think that this is during this epidemic, we have to, concentrate on doing fundraising, helping more people, feeding more people, and more important than doing meditation. And I said that now my meditation is feeding into my activities, like charity, whatever it is. And my activities, charitable activities, are feeding into my meditation. Each one is supporting each other. The more I meditate, the more I become compassionate and the thing I cannot but go and help people who are in need. And by helping those people, I become more meditative. So I don't find now the difference between your charitable, your activities and the meditation. And this becomes a part of your and everyday life. This should become your like breathing. You don't have to take time for breathing, or you don't say, I don't have time to breathe. So the same way, the meditation becomes part of your life, and your activities become supportive of your meditation. So with all these things, I am sure, all of you are very senior people, experienced people. You all know much more. As I said, I am a very novice in this thing. I would very much like to hear more from you people rather than talk to you. And really, Chandraji, thank you so much. Not only you, your entire family, you are taking this wonderful message at the global level. This is a need of the hour. Actually, during the pandemic, many people are going into depression. They don't know how to deal with the challenges that are posed. And definitely this calmness and steadiness and going within will be a great help. Thank you so much. And thank you, Namita ji, for coordinating. Thank you all for your patient hearing. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining and sharing. I wanted to ask you, what drove you to be doing those activities all around the world in your 30 years? What was it that is driving you? Why were you doing it? As a full disclosure, she is the daughter of a former president of India, Venkatraman ji. So I think she's never put that in her resume by a profile at all. So I just wanted to say that. Yes.
Actually, see, at my very young age, I saw my father as a labor leader. And I saw him solving all the problems, and when they all came to him. And even at that age, I said, I want to really become a doctor and serve people. But that didn't happen. But I was able to serve the affected people, who are the most marginalized section of the society. When I used to see them, the other people, you can say, why don't you take up some job? Why don't you get some training? But to these people, the community has shunned them. Their own family members have shunned them. So under such a circumstances, how do you expect them to survive? And this thing. So that motivated me. And I'm a great, the thing of Gandhiji. So all his quotings and other things, stays in my mind. And the way he served, in those days, there was no multi-drug therapy, no cure for such disease. So all these things comes into my mind. And I really was fortunate to meet very great committed leaders who really serve the society. And seeing them and volunteering for those people at my teenage and all that, slowly I just got real interest in just giving back to society, whatever little way you can do.
I see. You said the great leaders. Can you name a few whom you met across? So I'm sure you must have met like really.
Starting from Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy, Dr. Many of those are Dr. Sarojini Naidu, so many people, many of them they all sacrificed their life for the sake of the society. They were not only freedom fighters, but they were all fighting against the social evils. That is what really touched me. And so many things they worked for, the child, Marriage Act, Chada Act, all those things, how much they went through the struggle. It was not easy. Actually, in those days, girls couldn't even go to school. Now we don't even recognize all those things because it's all taken for granted. We can go to any amount of this thing. We can take any job. We can compete with anybody. But the strong foundation was laid by those great leaders. And my association with them when they were going through that difficult period and then sharing it with me and seeing them doing that. And Ambujamal, when I saw her, she was a very rich lady and she was decked with a diamond from head to toe. When she met Gandhiji and Kasturba, and she was so ashamed of herself. Kasturba was so simple and was able to conquer the entire India with her love and the sacrifice. She took out all her jewelries and put it in a box and came and gave it to Gandhiji and Kasturba and said, this is my little contribution for your nation building work. Even now I get goosebumps when I think of all those things and my interaction with such people. I really am happy that I was able to interact and then imbibe some of those qualities. Probably, suppose if was quite young and it didn't recognize, probably I wouldn't be imbibing or enjoying all those things now. But really, exposure to such people really gives you the direction and the commitment, the total commitment to any cause that you take up.
Absolutely. That's, I think, a great way to say it. It's all the inner beauty. And many social workers, reformers always have their inner beauty. They didn't really bother about the status or their looks and feel and all that. And wonderful story, ma'am, there. In fact, I was deeply touched yesterday. I saw the Padma Shri awardees this time, list of them. And there are so many social workers, grassroots workers who got awarded. I'm sure you would have seen all of them, right? The list of them. And it feels so great. It was goosebumps to me to see it, and somebody forward that message. And we will do this. Jagdish sir, please do. I will forward it if you've not seen it, right?
I have seen it, yes.
You've not seen it, and I'm just asking Jagdish sir to see it. 18 of them, and then all of them are not from big position or from a fame industry or this and that, but instead they are like absolutely doing grassroots level work. Grassroots level work for 20-30 years, something that you've been doing amazingly. And at the end of the day, it's all about becoming one with everybody by doing that little service that we may do. Praise this person, thanks. Thank you so much for joining, madam.